Contestant number 5, Raajeev Aggerwhil. Traits of Indian billionaire merchants. Traits of Indian billionaire merchants. Raajeev Aggerwhil.
Madam Contest Master, fellow Toastmasters, and honored guests. A few years back, I was in Boston, and my 16-year-old son was making a reservation to go from Boston to New York using my credit card. And there was a coupon on the internet, and all he had to do was click on it, and one-way ticket from Boston to New York would be for $1. $1 measly. And you know what my son did? He refused to honor the coupon. I said, why? I didn't want to feel so cheap. Cheap? You are Indian, for God's sake. You are supposed to be cheap. What was he trying to do? Shatter the image and stereotype that Indian Americans have worked so hard to build as a model of frugality, to the envy and admiration of the Chinese and the Jewish Americans. I mean, we are so cheap, we are their money managers. And my father called me from India. He said, "Ye ladka baniyo ke naam par kalank hai." This kid has brought shame to the merchant community. I apologize profusely for raising my son this way. God knows I tried. There is an Indian adage that says that with multiple drops of water, you can fill up a huge clay pot. And I have demonstrated to him that with 240 packets of Taco Bell sauce, you can fill up a 16-ounce Heinz ketchup bottle. You should try that, it works. And it will work for you too. One of the benefits of being in Toastmasters. I knew I had to do something about my son, to teach him the Bania way, the merchant community way. Now Banias, they're spelled B-A-N-I-A. And they're a group of merchants that come from northwestern part of India, which is largely arid, doesn't have many natural resources. But people coming from there, business people, are tremendously successful. So much so that 6 out of top billionaires on Forbes list are not only Indians, but Banias from that community. So you should make note. And they follow 3 principles: frugality, bargaining, and integrity. FBI. No relationship with that agency. Now, frugality, I knew I was going to have a hard time teaching my son about frugality because we live in a very prosperous country. And even though we are going through some tough times, we haven't seen poverty. But bargaining, I thought I could teach him a few tricks. So I decided to take him and my other kids to India. And I thought hopefully being in a more frugal environment will teach them about frugality also, less prosperous environment. So we were walking around Taj Mahal and there was a merchant selling souvenir postcards. I asked him, how much? He said 600 rupees. which is like $10. So I just ignored him, kept walking. How much do you want to pay? I said 50 rupees, which is like 75 cents. And my kids were looking at me with horror. Because they thought any moment now this guy is going to come back and punch me in the face. But he didn't. But he started yelling, Sala gada ullu ka patta hadi ka kacha, Sala gada ullu ka patta hadi ka kacha. Essentially calling me an elephant stampon. Rather creative. But I stuck to it. And we agreed on a price of 60 rupees, which is $1. And I won the admiration of my kids. And there were two valuable lessons. You gotta have a thick skin, and you have to step out of your comfort zone. Frugality, bargaining. Now, integrity. There is a saying in this community that a young man, and they were mostly men at that time, entering the business world is going to be tremendously successful anywhere in the world if he's true to his word and keeps his zipper up. That means Clinton was not a baniya. I mean, he didn't cross the road with the chicken, but he's not a billionaire, and he could have been if he had followed that principles of Indian billionaires. Frugality, bargaining, and integrity. My fellow Toastmasters, those are the principles I try to follow in my life. And through little actions, I like to demonstrate to my kids. For example, when I go to Starbucks, rather than buying 5 hot chocolates, because I have 3 kids, I buy 1 large hot chocolate, 1 venti hot chocolate, which is like this big anyway. I mean, we used to take a bath in a bucket of that size. Talk about frugality. But I asked for 4 extra cups. And I give them an extra $1 tip. That's the integrity part. And whenever I travel, I make all my reservations on Priceline. And once in Washington Dulles Airport, this reservation agent was kind of getting a little upset, but I wasn't concerned because I booked a luxury card at economy price. But I didn't have to worry because I knew he wouldn't call me an elephant stampon. William Shatner won't do that either. So my fellow Toastmasters, frugality, bargaining, integrity. Those are the principles I imbibe. I use them in my life. And I urge you, be frugal, go out and bargain, have a thick skin. Because not only the right thing to do in this economy, it's a lot of fun. And you don't have to compromise on your integrity. Madam President.